Hey preteens, how's it going? We are starting a new series called Super Sports Spectacular, and we're going to be learning about what it takes to play on God's team, to be a part of God's team. You know, for me, I know a lot about what it means to be on a team. In fact, I'm wearing my soccer jersey from college, and I want to talk to you a little bit about that team because it was a really special team. You know, when I started playing soccer in college, it wasn't something that I set out to do specifically. I played when I was about 7, and I didn't really think much of soccer as a sport necessarily. But as I grew up, I didn't really play a lot of soccer. But when I went to college, it was actually a night that I was playing hockey that somebody asked me if I would play goalie for their indoor soccer team. And so I did. One thing led to another, and I had to work really hard to make it onto the soccer team because I didn't grow up playing it very much. So I had to learn the game of soccer. I had to get in shape, which I don't really like to run. So that was kind of a hard thing for me to do. I'm kind of like a dog. I'll chase a ball all day long, but just to run, is not my favorite thing to do. I worked so hard, and I finally made the team. It was an exciting moment for me. It's a moment that I remember very vividly. In fact, I called my parents to tell them, and I had to leave a message on an answering machine. Yes, I'm that old. But my parents kept that message for a long time. Me being a part of that team meant a lot. And I want to transition and talk a little bit about how much does it mean to you to be a part of God's team? That's a good question to ask. Does it mean a lot? Does it mean everything? Or is it kind of like, I play on this team every once in a while and that's okay? To be a part of God's team, Christ wants everything. He wants your heart, He wants your soul, He wants your mind, He wants your strength. I want to read to you guys today from Colossians chapter 3, verse 23. And it says these words, it says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if working for the Lord, not for men." You know, when I was on this particular team, they all worked hard. We all worked hard, and we all played hard. And we knew when somebody wasn't giving it their all. And it was important for us to keep each other accountable because we knew that they could play better. We knew that they could work harder. And we didn't have to do that very often because we played for each other. And not only did we like each other, we all had a common faith. We are all knowing that we played for God. Because playing sports can be a form of worship if you play it in the right way. And this team did. Now, a lot of these guys went on to do some amazing work in God's kingdom. In fact, some of them are ministers, some of them are missionaries, some of them are in charge of church camps. And so these people know what being a part of God's team is really all about. It requires sacrifice, it requires love and passion, it requires endurance. All of these things are required to be a part of God's team because He wants everything from us. Now, Jesus asked the same thing of His disciples in the New Testament. When Jesus asked His first disciples to start to follow Him, He asked them to leave everything, their jobs, their families, their homes, and all for the fact of them following Jesus. Now, Jesus asked the same thing from us so that nothing will hold us back from pursuing Jesus, from pursuing what God desires from us being more and more like Him every day. So this week, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about what are some of the things that you are passionate about? What are some of the things that you give your all toward? Is it sports? Is it school? Is it music? Is it Jesus? And think about which one of those things that you can start to pour a little bit more into that makes it worthwhile. I hope that you start putting more faith, more hope, more passion and energy into following and pursuing God. So that's all I got for you this week. I'll catch you guys next time.